Welcome back to Unstitched with Rich and Anton.
How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Unstitched. And today, Rich and I are going to discuss something that most of us have. It's an accessory that most gentlemen have, and that's going to be a timepiece. And I don't happen to have one on today because customarily, I'm not really a big watch guy. Now, when I do go out, I try to keep something on my wrist because I think, you should. You should have some kind of a little bit of wrist jewelry. I'm more of a bracelet guy, but how do you guys feel? Do you think that you should have an extensive array of timepieces or watches? Or do you think having one or two watches is good enough? You call it a day and you keep it moving. So, Rich, tell me your position on having an extensive collection of watches or just having, one or two.
Yeah, me personally, I don't have a huge watch collection. Never really been, a watch guy like that. I know there's some beauty in timepieces and stuff. People really get into it. There's guys that have huge collections or drop big money, thousands of dollars on a nice vintage watch or even new watches. But it's just not for me. A lot of times, too, with my custom clothing, everything's fitting pretty close. And a lot of times some of those watches are big and chunky and they kind of squeeze around my shirt. Now, of course, since I do custom, could open it up and make it fit, but I just like everything kind of low profile. It's just not my thing. I got a couple nice watches, like you said, and that's all I really keep in the collection. One is more casual and the other one's pretty dressy. Mm-hmm. Outside of that, day to day, not really rocking a watch that often, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I agree. On my day-to-day just travels, I usually wear a smartwatch, and there's nothing really, exceptional about most smartwatches. And I know there are some companies out there that are making some more, really nice looking timepiece, kind of smartwatches. But for me, just having a decent watch on, is enough. I've never been the one who spent more than a few $100s on a watch at most, at most. But like you said, there's a huge market for it. There's a huge industry for it. There's some real aficionados and lovers of, timepieces, but it's just been a difficult space for me to get in because I don't understand it, I guess, enough. Maybe I just haven't educated myself enough on timepieces, but I just, I feel like as a gentleman, you should have a watch. Okay. You should have a watch. It's like, I remember when I was younger, my mom would say, don't walk out the house without a belt on. You got to have a belt. So it's like, all right, if I'm going out someplace nice, I got to, I put a watch on, get it. But am I going on, some of those really expensive, Rolexes, Audemars Piguet, even just some regular, there's some high-end watches in, normal lines, high-end Movados, this, that. And I'm sure everybody knows all the watch brands. I just never have been moved to just jump out the window and say, I need like a really statement timepiece.
Yeah, I think we're in agreement here. I've been the exact same way. But I do understand that it's a thing. Some people love it, just like some guys love shoes and people collect all kinds of different things. Vintage cufflinks. I've heard of guys getting into that. There's nothing wrong with any of those things. We're not knocking it. It's just, to open the discussion, it's not really a thing that I do, but I can see it. I've had a few clients that are watch guys, and they really get excited trying to match everything up. They'll build an outfit around a watch, and to me, I do the opposite. The watch is kind of the last thing I put on. It's the icing on the cake, I guess. And a lot of times just want a little bling on the wrist. That's about it. But I'd love to see what everybody else thinks about it. I mean, I don't know how we'd come out on this one, but I know this really wasn't much of a battle this time around either. But a lot of lately we're agreeing on everything. So I mean,
I know
it's kind of scary.
So you're not staying up for the HSN late night Invicta watch blowout,
the Shaq collection and everything else.
Yeah. You remember that? Like there was a time I remember Invictas were like really huge. Like I'm just like everybody had an Invicta.
Those Invictas were like the size of a dinner plate too,
those Invictas were huge.
And I was like,
when I say huge, those boys were gigantic.
Yeah, it was like having a donut on your wrist. You know, ridiculous. I never understood it because I was like, how do you even get it over your coat?
I guess, I mean, I don't know. You gotta go full custom with that.
Right.
You got a 7 over here, and over here you have like a 9.5. You know,
like a bell bottom on your wrist. You know, to get the watch in there. The old Invictus, man.
Yeah, now I remember those boys. But like you said, I don't think we're gonna be able to argue this one too tough because, you know, I don't think either of us are really just watch guys. I mean, I guess we could maybe talk about, you know, I see you got the chain on. I wear some bracelets here or there,
right?
And, you know, some rings and things.
So
I think jewelry might be a little.
You said what? Bury me in this chain. Chain ain't coming off.
That's it. So I guess that's where we stand on this one, Rich. Right? We can't really argue this one too much with the timepieces.
That's it, guys. Next time.
This was Unstitched.